Welcome back to See You Next Thursday. I am Willow of Pixie Retreat.
I'm Tree.
And today we were going to talk about this notion that there is not a law of assertion, only the law of attraction. And we got onto this conversation, I can't remember exactly what it was, but we were talking about how sometimes it feels like people are inserting themselves into our lives or asserting some kind of a situation. And I was listening to, I think probably Abraham, and there was this whole conversation about there not being a law of assertion, that there's only the law of attraction. We are drawing to us what it is we're putting out there or what it is we're thinking about. And so, anyways, I probably should clarify that difference. So assertion is when we are trying to force something to happen. Like we're trying to push something into existence, we're demanding or we're forcing. And that is assertion. And attraction is when we are drawing things to us. Yeah?
Right. Yeah, and you're vibrating, you're in alignment. And assertion is basically when you're trying to force something, when you want someone to acknowledge what you're doing in your work and you want some kind of raise, if you're forcing someone to want to like you and to, convince them to be with you, that's asserting, that's operating from a place of resistance. And basically you're trying to make things happen by sheer will, which will lead to frustration, etc. And, the idea is to basically not move from that place. It's hard when you...
It's really hard.
When you're feeling super motivated and on your game. It's hard to do that sometimes, but if we back it up and just let the universe provide and reveal to you in due time the perfect alignment for what actually you're looking for, and oftentimes the things that we're really wanting and that we're chasing, they're not what we really want. And I think it's just, it's just like the hunt. But if you're working on, acknowledging that, look back in your history and think, wow, this other thing happened, and I'm so glad that thing did not happen, because this is so much better than what I was even picturing. And so that's kind of the way I view it. I trust the process of not, backing down with my will, my forceful Aries nature that can come out, and acknowledging that everything's always working out for me. And it always is going to get better and better. So there's that.
Yeah.
And now, sorry, really quickly, the law of attraction is about alignment. So it's about...
As opposed to assertion, which is forcing.
And it creates resistance,
yes.
too. So the law of attraction is about becoming a match to the things that you want. And it's, it's just kind of this pull, that this magnetic pull. So you embody the feelings and the vibrations of already having them. So as if they're happening right now, embracing that reality. Not I wish, I want, I need, I have to. It's just I am blah, 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 whatever it is you're
It's
feeling.
kind of shifting our focus from wanting to being. You know what I mean? So instead of saying something like, I want more money, I could shift that to saying, I am abundant. Because the wanting...
I'm rich, bitch.
Yeah, I'm rich, bitch. More money, honey.
Rich, bitch.
Because in that, when we use the word want, we are literally, we're literally saying, I don't have. I'm in lack. That is scarcity. So by saying I am abundant. I am worthy of that thing that I desire. I am this, I am that. I am is the better, it's the better than I want. I am over I want. And, it's also, it's not about pretending or trying to fake it. It's really about, putting that out to the universe. I am abundant. I am rich, bitch. I am the money, honey. You know what I mean?
Show me the
I
money,
am that
honey.
secret sauce.
Show me the money.
I am. So that's a really good way to step into that law of attraction and begin to draw to us, as opposed to asserting and forcing.
Yeah. And ultimately feeling kind of yucky.
Always.
I think both sides.
It's like there's always that, I always feel that, like we were having a conversation the other day, and I started to move in a direction with the conversation where I automatically felt this visceral feeling in my gut that did not feel good. And so I knew that I was not moving in alignment. I was not moving with the law of attraction. I was moving against it.
When I operate from a place of assertion, it's almost unconscious. It has to be because of why else would I
why
want
else
to
would you want to
operate in
feel
that
like
way?
shit?
But also, I think it's when, you're wanting to just forge ahead faster to reach that place of whatever that height you're trying to attain, and you want it now and you want it fast. You know what I mean? And that's asserting. And so rather than moving with a different intention, which is just to trust and watching it sometimes align just as quick, but in the way that it's meant to be versus forcing something. Because usually if we're forcing something and we're not even totally clear on what we want it to be, I mean, who knows where that will take us. But, all right. So basically practice appreciation. And by practicing appreciation, you're signaling to the universe that you are operating from a place of joy, love, appreciation, and you are becoming more aligned, and everything that you are desiring will come to you faster. So just practicing appreciation daily throughout the day.
And catching yourself. It's like when we find ourselves, asserting, it's like just trying to catch that quick so we can step back and use, maybe do some sort of affirmation in our mind or even out loud that I am on the right path. Everything is always working out for me. I got this. I got this. These kinds of things it only takes a few seconds. I believe it's like 17 seconds to try to begin to slow down that momentum. And then
I was going to say though too, when you're practicing appreciation, it's shifting your energy from lack to abundance.
Yeah.
And just practicing it all the time. I am so happy and appreciative for this beautiful day and this really soft, lovely breeze that's around, and I am so happy and appreciative for this warming sunshine that in a really beautiful place that is so friendly, that really keeps my central nervous system calm.
Yeah.
So
that's like, it's all a practice. You know what I mean? It's all a practice. But the whole idea is to feel good. We just want to feel good. We just want to constantly reach for those things that make us feel better. And when we're constantly doing things that we don't feel good about, or it's like, now we're in a bad mood, okay, that was the wrong move. Just take a step back and move in this opposite, it's usually an opposite direction,
it's visualizing your desired reality too. Embodying it as if it were happening right now. How does it feel? What does it taste, smell, touch? What are all of those things?
Those senses, those sensations.
That it's enhancing, and starting in that space and then expanding it. How close am I to such and such? I can see the yard looking like this. You know what I mean? So just visualizing said dream.
Yeah. And then it's really great to basically release and trust. Once we set that intention, if we sit there and we're constantly thinking about it, usually we are in a state of, ambivalence, kind of going back and forth, like doubting. It's like we just need to set that intention and then release it out and trust that everything, like I said, is always going your way. Everything is always going my way. We can't control everything. Sometimes we just have to trust.
You can't even control your thoughts.
I mean, seriously, we're thinking so many thoughts in a day. And it's, I'm getting to that point now where I'm really excited when I am the watcher of my thoughts. It's like I'm not so entrenched in them. I'm just allowing myself to feel them and see them and let them move through. And not really get all caught up in any one thing, especially things that don't feel good. You know what I mean?
I feel like the watcher of life on an external way right now too. I'm usually like in the center of something. I feel back over here observing, And it's a really interesting place to sit, and it also feels relieving in many ways. You know, I can just observe and then apply to when I was over here, apply the parts that were really good for me over here, and leave the parts that I, you know, intrinsically kind of held me down, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, everything. If that makes sense. I'm
It does to me.
observing and I'm taking the components from being in the center of things and utilizing them so that when I step back in, I'm at more of a centered, balanced place.
So, you know, this is not going to be a crazy long talk. I'm just kind of some kind of final thoughts thinking about this. We just really need to remember that the universe does not respond to our demands. It responds to our energy. And so it's really important for us to constantly be working on keeping our vibe high and our energy high. You know, it's like we want to be in these higher vibrations because we attract to us what we are, not what we want. And that's really the truth. So the more we can stay focused on the energy that we want to attract, we can begin to really see our lives changing in the directions that we really desire. So
yeah.
There is no assertion. There is nobody asserting or inserting into your life or into my life. We are creating every single thing that happens, everything. And once we can take responsibility for that, it makes it more fun, where it's like it really is the game of life and how to play it. You know what I mean?
It's not Game of Thrones.
No, it's the game of life and how to play it. The Game of Thrones was actually, probably in politics, it's the Game of Thrones, but most of us, we're just living our lives. We aren't, you know, we're just getting up in our day and we're setting out to get things done and connect with people and to just be. And, you know, if we can come from that conscious place of attraction as opposed to assertion. So again, asserting, which is forcing. We don't want to force anything. We want everything to flow really easily and gently and come to us.
So take one area of your life and think about it that you want to basically shift from wanting and forcing to aligning and attracting.
Yeah.
Just one area, and put your energy there, and imagine yourself there. You're in the moment, feeling it, and you know, keep doing it, keep going there, and watch it come into being.
Yeah, and remember, it's all a practice. Most of us, up until we started, you know, we started seeking on some level. Maybe it was yoga, maybe it was getting sick, maybe it was somebody close to us getting sick. Whatever it was, maybe you lost your job and you just couldn't understand why. These are such opportunities to step in and begin to co-create with the universe. Most of us had no idea that's what we're here to do, and it is. That's what we're here to do. So when we can do it from an attraction point as opposed to an assertion point, we are going to get there so much more quickly.
So on that note,
thank you for joining us today with our See You Next Thursday. We will be back next Thursday. Sorry that we took a little break there. Teresa was out of town.
well, we didn't want to assert.
Yeah, we just
That's what
wanted
happened.
things to flow. And so that is what happened. But we will get back onto our regular schedule. And if you liked this video, please hit that like and subscribe button and share it. And we will see you next Thursday.
Thursday.
Peace out.